Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity. To the men, women, and children listening and learning, to the Bayasha Dabadat, the House of David. All right, this is Ayasha Tab from Men of Valor, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the power and will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, just had a quick lesson I just wanted to go into that was on my spirit. All right, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Right, this is the book of Isaiah, and this is starting in chapter 44 in verse 1, and it reads, ye now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. All right, so Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has chosen Israel, okay? And Israel being the house of Jacob. Continuing on, thus saith Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jerzun, whom I have chosen. All right, and if you go into the blue letter and look that word up, all right, and let's get the concordance.
Strong's H3484. Yesharun. Yesharun.
Yasharun. Yasharun. All right, and it means upright one. All right, and it's H3474. Let's go ahead and get the etymology of it. All right, to be right, be straight, Salakia, be straight, be level, be upright, be just, be lawful, be smooth, to go straight, to be pleasing, be agreeable, be right. All right, so Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has chosen us from the womb. All right, Abaratazah, we be of that number. Okay, and let me continue on. This will be the book of Isaiah. It'll be chapter 42 and verse 1. Behold my servant whom I uphold. I uphold mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. All right. So if we're doing the work and will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and we're of that number, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai delights, his soul delighteth in us. All right. To obey his laws, statutes, and commandments, once again, to be lawful. All right. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. All right. So if you look and you look up and understand that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has an elect, all right, an elect men of the 144,000 men who he chose to be judges and to bring forth his judgments. All right. Once again, Abaratazah, we be of that number, and speaking of myself as well. Okay. I'm going to drop down to verse 6, and it reads, I, Yahweh, have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thy hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant, Slakia, of the people, for a light of the Gentiles. All right, and that is the Gentiles. Once again, Salakia. Let's go into the blue letter. I'm not trying to make that that long. Salakia. Going to go to Isaiah chapter 42, and we're going to go to verse 6. And we're going to get
Strong's H 1471. Goy. Goy.
Goy. Goy. All right. So, Gentiles, all right? Nation, people, usually a non-Hebrew people of descendants of Abraham, of Israel, of sworn or a swarm of locusts or animals. All right, so let's go ahead and get that. The back, behind. All right, the back or behind. So we know right here, once again, if we go back, it says nation, people, usually of non-Hebrew people, of Salakia, of descendants of Abraham, of Israel. All right, so let me read that again, and it reads, Salakia, this will be Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 6. I, Yahweh, have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thy hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles. All right, and the Gentiles that it's talking about is the Israelites, okay? Is the Israelites that learn the way of the heathen, all right? Continuing on, verse 7, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners of the prisons, Salakia, from the prisons, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison houses. Okay? So that's talking about being bound in prison, all right? Being in darkness, all right? Not knowing, and physically being in prison, all right? I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 1. And it reads, start at verse 1, and it reads, the Spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, the power, is upon me, because Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives. Who are the captives? We are those captives. We are those brokenhearted. We are the meek. All right? Continuing on. And the opening of the prisons to them that are bound. Verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh. All right? Bashem Yahushai. In the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. Verse 3, to appoint unto them that mourn in the oil of joy, for mourning the garment of praise, for the spirit of heaviness. All right? So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has put the prophets on the scene, Abaratazah, be of that number, to get this word out and to heal the brokenhearted, so on and so forth. Okay? To proclaim the day of his vengeance, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is coming back. All right? That Yahweh is sending our big brother, Yahweh Shai, back. All right? I got one more verse, and I'm going to go ahead and close out. This is Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 10, and it reads, Ye are my witnesses, saith Yahweh, and my servants whom I've chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God no God formed, neither shall there be after me. All right? Lord willing, this was an edifying short lesson. I want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayasha Dabadat. This is Men of Valor Las Vegas Camp. Till the next time, this is Ayasha Tab. Shalom.